She thought she had married a poor, humble man for love. But on their wedding night, a shocking secret would change everything. What she discovered left her speechless. The truth is stranger than fiction. Subscribe now for more stories that will leave you speechless. The first time Amina saw Yusuf, he was helping an elderly woman carry a heavy basket across the busy market street. She was immediately drawn to his gentle smile and the way he treated everyone around him with respect, regardless of their status. Most men she knew flaunted wealth or power, but Yusuf seemed untouched by all of that. They started talking every weekend, meeting secretly at the park or under the large mango tree by the riverside. Amina's friends warned her that he seemed too simple, too ordinary for a woman like her who dreamed big. But she ignored their advice, believing in the purity of her heart and the sincerity she saw in Yusuf's eyes. Each day, she felt herself falling deeper, enchanted by his kindness and unassuming charm. Little did she know that the life she imagined was about to take an unimaginable turn. Yusuf's family lived humbly, in a small rented apartment filled with laughter and warmth. Unlike many wealthy families, theirs had no pretense, no need to impress anyone with jewelry or cars. Amina loved the simplicity, the honesty, and the feeling of safety it gave her. They spent evenings sharing stories about their childhoods, their dreams, and the small joys of life. Yusuf would sometimes play his guitar softly as Amina hummed along, creating a world where nothing else mattered. Though poor by society's standards, his love made her feel richer than she had ever felt. She never cared about the material things, only the man who had won her heart. Their love story grew quietly, away from gossip, until the day he proposed. The proposal was simple yet heartfelt. Under the mango tree, where they first met, Yusuf knelt and asked her to be his wife. He spoke of his love, his hopes for a life together, and his promise to always care for her. Amina's eyes filled with tears as she nodded, overwhelmed by the sincerity in his voice. Their families were surprised, but accepted their engagement after seeing the depth of their bond. Friends whispered about the unlikely pairing, her beauty, his humble background, but neither cared. Amina and Yusuf started planning a wedding that reflected their love, not wealth. They wanted a celebration full of joy, laughter, and the presence of those who truly mattered. In the weeks leading up to the wedding, Amina noticed small things that puzzled her about Yusuf. He would sometimes disappear for hours, refusing to explain where he went. When she asked, he would smile mysteriously and say, "Just taking care of something important for us." She trusted him and never pushed further, thinking it might be related to his family or work. Still, curiosity lingered in the back of her mind, a quiet whisper she chose to ignore. Her friends, however, grew skeptical, warning her that he might be hiding secrets. Amina laughed off their concerns, believing that true love meant trust above all. She focused instead on the excitement of their approaching wedding day. On the eve of the wedding, the city was alive with celebration. Streets were adorned with lights, vendors selling flowers, and music drifting through the air. Amina stayed up late, arranging final touches and imagining the joy of seeing Yusuf at the altar. Her heart raced at the thought of finally calling him her husband. Meanwhile, Yusuf sat alone in a quiet room, staring at a folder of documents he had kept hidden for years. He smiled, thinking about the surprise he would reveal tonight. It was a secret that would change everything about how Amina saw him. Yet, he wondered how she would react, hoping their love was strong enough to withstand it. The morning of the wedding was a flurry of activity. Amina's family helped her into a gown, a simple yet elegant dress that matched her personality. She looked at herself in the mirror, feeling a mixture of nervousness and excitement. Every reflection reminded her of how far love could take a person, defying appearances and wealth. Yusuf arrived at the venue early, greeting each guest warmly without revealing anything of the secret he carried. To everyone else, he seemed ordinary, kind, and devoted. But behind his calm exterior, Yusuf's mind raced with thoughts of the life he had built in silence. He knew that tonight, everything would change. The ceremony began with soft music, the air thick with anticipation. Friends and family gathered, their faces glowing with happiness for the couple. Amina walked down the aisle, her heart pounding as she saw Yusuf waiting for her. His eyes sparkled with a mixture of love and hidden excitement. The vows were exchanged with tears, laughter, and promises of forever. Guests whispered about how perfect the couple seemed, oblivious to the secret about to unfold. Amina felt a surge of joy, convinced that she had found the love of her life. Yusuf held her hands tightly, a subtle signal of the truth he was about to reveal. Dinner followed, filled with speeches, clinking glasses, and heartfelt blessings. Friends toasted to love, commitment, and the happiness of the newlyweds. Amina danced with her father, feeling cherished and secure in the life she had chosen. Meanwhile, Yusuf quietly excused himself, carrying the weight of his secret close to his chest. He knew that the revelation had to come at the perfect moment, one that would leave a lasting impression. The guests continued celebrating, unaware of the twist awaiting them. Amina, glowing in happiness, thought life could not get any better. Little did she know, the night would redefine everything she believed about love and status. As the evening grew darker, the crowd slowly thinned, leaving only close family and friends. Yusuf guided Amina to their suite, her hand in his, feeling a strange mix of anticipation and nervousness. The door closed behind them, shutting out the outside world and its expectations. Yusuf turned to her, taking a deep breath before speaking. Amina, expecting perhaps a romantic gesture, looked into his eyes with a curious smile. "There's something I need to tell you," he began, his voice steady yet charged with emotion. She tilted her head, her heart fluttering with excitement. What came next would leave her speechless, and the life she thought she knew would suddenly expand beyond imagination. Yusuf opened a hidden panel in the room, revealing a collection of documents, passports, and credit cards. Amina stared, her eyes widening as she realized she was looking at proof of immense wealth. "I never wanted you to marry me for money," Yusuf said softly, his gaze fixed on hers. "I wanted your love. And now, I hope you can accept all of me." Amina's mind raced, trying to process what she saw. Her simple, kind-hearted man was, in fact, a billionaire. She felt a mixture of shock, disbelief, and overwhelming emotion. Her heart swelled with love and amazement at the life that lay ahead. The night had just begun, and the world she knew had forever changed. Amina stood frozen, staring at the documents and cards spread across the table. Her mind struggled to catch up with what her eyes had just seen. Yusuf, the humble man she had loved for years, was a billionaire hiding behind a simple life. The shock was overwhelming, but her heart reminded her of the sincerity she had always felt from him. She searched his eyes for any hint of deception, but found only honesty and love. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" she whispered, her voice trembling. Yusuf took her hands gently, holding them as if to anchor her. "I wanted to know you loved me for me, not my wealth," he said softly, his eyes filled with emotion. Amina sank onto the couch, processing the revelation, her mind a whirlwind of thoughts. She thought of all the times they had struggled together, the laughter, the tears, and the quiet nights under the stars. None of it felt fake, every moment had been real, every smile genuine. Yusuf knelt beside her, brushing a tear from her cheek. "I promised myself that the first day we'd know everything would be perfect," he murmured. Amina's heart softened, realizing that this secret had never been meant to hurt her. Instead, it had been a test of love, patience, and trust. She finally smiled, tears slipping down, a mixture of relief and joy. The couple spent hours talking that night, unraveling Yusuf's hidden world. He showed her photos of his luxury properties, his private jet, and charitable foundations he supported anonymously. Amina was astonished, unable to comprehend how someone so wealthy could live so quietly. Yusuf explained that wealth had never defined him, kindness and love were far more important. She listened intently, fascinated by his life yet grateful for the simplicity they had shared. Her admiration for him grew, deeper than the love she had felt before. The night became a bridge between two worlds, the humble past and the dazzling future. Amina realized she was lucky to have a man whose heart was richer than his fortune. The next morning, Amina woke feeling a mixture of excitement and nervousness. She walked through the suite, her mind buzzing with possibilities. Yusuf was already awake, preparing breakfast with his usual quiet charm. The couple shared a simple meal, laughing and teasing, as if no secret had disrupted their lives. Yet beneath the laughter was an unspoken understanding that everything had changed. Amina felt a newfound confidence, knowing the man she loved could now provide a life beyond her dreams. She admired his humility and the way he had carefully revealed his secrets. It made her love him even more. News of the wedding spread quickly, and soon their families and friends learned of Yusuf's true identity. Some were shocked, unable to reconcile the simple man they knew with the billionaire he truly was. Others were envious, questioning why someone like Amina had captured his heart. But the couple remained unbothered, focused solely on their love and their future. Amina realized that judgment from others no longer mattered. Her life had changed overnight, but her feelings for Yusuf had only strengthened. They continued their honeymoon, enjoying the anonymity they had before, savoring the quiet moments together. As days turned into weeks, Amina explored Yusuf's world carefully. She met his employees, toured his companies, and saw firsthand the scale of his success. Each encounter left her more impressed by his humility and generosity. He treated everyone with respect, never flaunting his wealth unnecessarily. Amina felt proud to be his wife, inspired by the way he balanced power with kindness. The lessons she learned in those days shaped her view of love, wealth, and loyalty. She realized that true character was revealed not by riches, but by how one treated others. Yusuf became a teacher as well as a husband, guiding her gently into this new life. Despite the glamour, Amina never lost touch with her roots. She insisted on visiting the neighborhoods where Yusuf had grown up, walking the streets, meeting old friends, and appreciating the humble beginnings he cherished. Yusuf accompanied her, watching her navigate his past with grace and respect. He admired her humility and the ease with which she adapted to both worlds. Their love, already strong, grew stronger through shared understanding and mutual respect. Amina discovered that wealth could coexist with compassion if wielded with care. Yusuf's hidden life was a treasure, but it was his heart that truly captivated her. She felt empowered, secure, and deeply loved. Months passed, and the couple faced challenges from the public's curiosity and whispers. Gossip magazines speculated on their marriage, some casting doubt on Amina's intentions. She ignored the chatter, focusing on building her life with Yusuf. His trust in her never wavered, and she honored that trust with unwavering loyalty. The couple often reminisced about the early days of their courtship, grateful for the simplicity they had shared. They celebrated small victories together, knowing that love was the strongest bond between them. Amina realized that trust and understanding could overcome even the most shocking revelations. Their love story became an example for friends and family, inspiring others to look beyond appearances. Amina gradually embraced her new lifestyle, attending social events and philanthropic gatherings alongside Yusuf. She marveled at the opportunities, yet never let material wealth define her actions. Yusuf remained her anchor, ensuring she felt comfortable and valued in every setting. She learned to navigate the world of luxury with humility, always remembering the lessons from her simple beginnings. The couple's bond deepened, strengthened by the trials they had faced and the secrets they had shared. Amina's admiration for Yusuf grew daily, not for his wealth, but for his integrity and heart. They began planning charitable initiatives together, blending their lives and visions seamlessly. Their love became a force for good, touching lives far beyond their own. Even with the glittering world around them, Amina and Yusuf never forgot their private joys. Late-night walks, quiet dinners, and shared laughter remained the core of their relationship. Amina treasured these moments, realizing that love could thrive amidst wealth without being corrupted by it. Yusuf continued to surprise her with thoughtful gestures, reminding her that their connection went beyond money and status. Each day brought new lessons, new laughter, and deeper understanding. They learned that honesty, patience, and empathy were worth more than any fortune. Together, they built a life where love was the foundation, and wealth merely a tool to make a positive impact. As the first year of marriage passed, Amina reflected on her journey. She remembered the humble man who had won her heart and the billionaire he had secretly become. She realized that both versions of Yusuf were the same, bound by kindness, integrity, and love. Her admiration and affection for him had grown beyond measure. The world had changed around them, but their love remained constant, a testament to trust and devotion. Amina knew that their story was unique, a rare blend of romance, surprise, and unwavering loyalty. She felt grateful for every moment, both ordinary and extraordinary. Yusuf held her hand, smiling, knowing that their journey had only just begun. Amina and Yusuf's life seemed perfect to the outside world, but whispers of envy began to creep around them. Some old acquaintances questioned how a humble woman like Amina could hold her own in Yusuf's elite world. At first, Amina ignored the gossip, focusing instead on her charity work and helping Yusuf manage his companies. Yet, a seed of doubt occasionally sprouted in her mind: was she truly accepted for who she was, or merely tolerated because of Yusuf's love? Yusuf noticed her unease and reassured her with gentle words and affectionate gestures, reminding her that their love was stronger than anyone else's opinion. His support became her anchor, keeping her grounded amidst the growing scrutiny. One evening, as they attended a high-profile charity gala, Amina overheard a conversation that chilled her. A rival socialite was questioning Yusuf's intentions, suggesting that he was using Amina as a prop for his image. Her heart raced, and she felt a pang of insecurity she hadn't experienced before. Yusuf sensed her tension immediately and led her to a quiet corner, whispering reassurances and reminding her of their unshakable bond. Amina realized that wealth brought not only comfort, but also jealousy and suspicion. She tightened her grip on Yusuf's hand, knowing that only together could they face such challenges. Back at home, they discussed ways to maintain privacy while still engaging in the social world. Yusuf suggested selective appearances and emphasized the importance of transparency with each other. Amina appreciated his thoughtfulness, realizing that their partnership extended beyond romance. It was a true alliance. Together, they crafted a plan to show the world that their love was genuine, regardless of rumors or envy. They decided to host a small, intimate gathering for close friends, showcasing the simplicity and authenticity of their relationship. The event went beautifully, with laughter, warmth, and heartfelt stories that highlighted their bond. Amina felt empowered, knowing they could control their narrative without compromising their values. Amidst the public scrutiny, Amina discovered new depths of Yusuf's generosity. He quietly funded scholarships, helped struggling businesses, and supported underprivileged families, all without seeking recognition. Amina was inspired by his humility and the difference he made behind the scenes. She realized that true power lay in kindness, not wealth alone. Yusuf's actions deepened her love and respect for him, reinforcing the belief that she had chosen the right partner. Together, they began planning a foundation in her name, combining their passions for helping others. The couple's unity became a force that could not be shaken by envy or gossip. Amina reflected on how much had changed in her life. From a poor woman in love to the wife of a billionaire, she had navigated surprises, challenges, and social pressures with courage. Yusuf remained her constant, his love unwavering through every revelation and trial. The couple had learned that wealth could complicate life, but love, trust, and shared purpose could overcome any obstacle. Amina smiled, feeling a profound sense of gratitude and hope, knowing that the best chapters of their life story were still ahead.